It's time for our daily dose of cope. Maga voters today, they are expressing their regrets. Many of them are seeing what exactly they ushered in when they voted for this Trump regime. And I have been going through and screenshotting many of them talking about their regrets. And today we have offered them this Fell For It Again award because yes, they fell for this again. Now let's check out some of these screenshots. Before I jump into the regrets, I want to show you this sign. Remember, Kamala Harris will send your children to war. Stop wars, vote Trump Vance. So obviously this was during the election cycle. Voting for Kamala Harris will send your children to war. Stop those wars, vote Trump Vance. Here we have a far-right grifter, Candace Owens, saying, a payload of bombs was dropped, followed by now is the time for peace, saying that he is utterly deranged. Calling Trump utterly deranged, that is definitely a turn. Now we have Brandon Garcia. This is a Facebook post. He says, one of the reasons I originally voted for Trump in 2020 and 2024 was for no new wars. I was pretty hopeful in that and saw how it didn't happen in his first term, and so I was convinced. Now, among the many reasons why I regret my vote is things like this: bombing Iran and starting a war. Unbelievable. I regret my vote and I couldn't apologize more for this. Michael says, the number one reason I voted for Trump is because he was the peace candidate. Oh, he was. If the United States enters war with Iran, as appears to be the case, I will regret my vote. We have been at war for the past 25 years over this same nonsense. Just change Iran to Iraq and nuclear weapons to weapons of mass destruction. Enough already. Netanyahu has been screaming about Iran getting nukes longer than Al Gore has been screaming about the earth flooding from climate change. The modern country of Israel, which is in no way related to the Israel mentioned in the Bible, the church, is a belligerent global menace which apparently controls even our own government, because no matter who we vote for, we get John McCain. It must be stopped. Trump needs to do the right thing, honor his campaign promise, and tell Israel to get lost. LOL at honor his campaign promise. We have Jason Maverick Bowser saying, I fully regret voting for this. I wanted peace and America first. I got neocon, warmonger, Bush 2.0 BS. Prayers to all the families whose sons and daughters will get involved in this mess. We have Jonathan Park saying, well, ladies and gentlemen, I officially regret my vote for Donald J. Trump. No more wars. Robert says he just started a war, broke his promise to his voters. I regret voting for him. Trump needs to be impeached. And then he gives a picture of Trump and it says, the great deceiver. Everything behind Trump looks like it's on fire. Todd Pearson says Trump launched a first round of unlawful, unprovoked attacks on Iran. So much for an admin of peace. I regret voting for a puppet of Zionism. The fact that they really thought that he was going to make peace is wild to me. I'm going to get back to the screenshots, but I'm taking a quick break to give you this Wheel of Fortune puzzle that I want you and your family to solve together. The first part, the first two words say Donald Trump, and you can go ahead and fill in the blanks. Let me know what you think this says in the comments. More Facebook posts. Dee says, very disappointed in President Trump. Iran was attacked by Israel unprovoked. We don't need to lose any American troops for this unnecessary conflict. I regret my vote. Jared shared a post from this person named David Smith. Jared says, yes, I regret voting for Trump. And what Dave Smith says, Donald Trump has now launched an illegal war of aggression against Iran. The risk of an absolute catastrophe is very high, and the benefits are non-existent. Worst of all, he did it on behalf of a foreign government against a country who posed no threat to us. This is kind of a long one. Adam says, we shouldn't be involved. Let them fight their own wars. Trump has been really disappointing me lately, and I'm slowly starting to regret voting for him. It's not like I'd vote for Harris because I wouldn't, but it feels like he's gone completely off the rails. He campaigned on no more endless wars, yet now it looks like he might be dragging us into World War III. This is all wrong. Trump has essentially purged his cabinet, and now Netanyahu is making veiled threats, saying things like America first or America dead, and implying today Tel Aviv, tomorrow New York. That's not diplomacy, that's a threat. And Trump seems to be going right along with it. Pete Hegseth and Tulsi Gabbard are out. And he just replaced a top U.S. military commander with a civilian Israeli scientist or something close to that. That's a huge red flag. It's not just compromised, it's dangerous. And let's be real here. These are nuclear enrichment facilities, not nuclear weapon sites, not bombs. This is reckless and unnecessary escalation. We absolutely need to call our representatives on Monday and tell them clearly and loudly we do not support this path to war. Netanyahu doesn't get to order our Senate around. She's saying to call your representatives and all of that. And this is the type of person that is going to continue to vote red. But the thing is, they talk about the regrets and all of this and the disappointment, but they still would vote for him again. And that's the reason why these people, they need to feel the effects of their votes over and over. They need to feel it for a few years. But the thing is, obviously, we're all getting dragged into this mess because of them. In the Leopards Ate My Face subreddit, someone reposted a screenshot from the conservative subreddit. They titled it, "Wait, you mean my vote might affect me directly?" So this one was titled, "Trump Announces U.S. Has Bombed Iran." And this person who's a conservative says, "I'm not going to lie. I don't like it. I'm in the military, a handful of years left to retirement, and this doesn't sit very well. I'm hoping for the best, but I'm not getting warm fuzzies from it at all. So it might impact him." So he is looking at this leopard directly in the face because he voted for this leopard. This Facebook post from this man named Fred is a bunch of nonsense. He says, "When I voted for DJT in November, I did not do so because of his economics." Okay, so not because of that. "I already knew he was awful on economics. I'm not in favor of his protectionist policies. He lied to me in 2016 when he said he would push to audit the Fed, and he spins like it's going out of style. I didn't vote for him because I thought he would be some champion for conservative social policy. He was the first POTUS to run in support of homosexual marriage. He criticized the Florida heartbeat bill, saying it was too strict. No, I held my nose and voted for him for a third time because I believe that foreign policy drives domestic policy, and I wanted to believe that Donald J. Trump was not really a neocon in disguise. I wanted to believe that we would have a president that would put the U.S. interest before the interests of Israel, but I was wrong. This is not America first. It's more Israel first. This is not non-interventionism. It's more neocon, neo-lib global policing. More than disappointed with this action." So this person does not believe that he was going to do anything good because of all the things he said in the first part of this post, but he still voted for him for a third time. These people are wild to me. Hillbilly Thing says, "I wish I never voted for the real Donald Trump. I will never ever vote again." Harrison Smith says, "Well, I was wrong. I trusted Trump to put America first and avoid the one effing thing that could derail Maga. Based on his track record, his promises during the campaign, and the abject stupidity of another Mideast war, I thought he knew better. We have been betrayed." Betrayed! Oh! I read this letter from the Abandoned Harris group. They sent this out on June 17th, and I just want to come back to this. Over here it says, "We speak at a perilous moment. Israel has attacked Iran. A war has erupted. Civilians are dying. A region is spiraling into chaos, and the world now stands on the brink of nuclear disaster." I'm going to skip down. "We organized across every swing state. We moved voters, and we cost Kamala Harris the White House. Let that serve as a reminder. Our demands are not symbolic. Our movement is not hypothetical. When our red lines are crossed, we act." Skipping down a little bit more. "We have learned that Israel is pressuring the United States to enter this war. You must not comply. Do not enter this war. To do so would be a catastrophic betrayal, not only of your promises, but of the American people. It will cost trillions of dollars, trigger widespread economic collapse, and worst of all, lead to the deaths of untold numbers of innocents. We cannot afford another reckless military campaign. We cannot afford another war built on someone else's agenda." Skipping down to the bottom, "We will not stand idle. We will not be silent. We will do everything in our power to stop this war before it begins." Well, he escalated it. So to the Abandoned Harris people, what you gonna do about it? What you gonna do? You said we're not gonna stand idly by. So what are you gonna do now, Abandoned Harris people? Rashida Tlaib shared a tweet. This person named Arjun says, "Nothing unites the United States elites and politicians more than war, especially against Muslims in the Middle East." And to that, Rashida Tlaib says, "Yep, and it's so effing sick." I'm just putting that out there. That is what Rashida Tlaib was saying. And to that, Ishmael responded to Rashida Tlaib says, "Well, you're part of the reason we're here right now. So thanks for uniting to support this war that would have been avoided had you let the woman strategize." I have lots more screenshots, so I'll probably be making part 2 or just making my typical leopards are feasting video. But I do want to end this video with this screenshot. You could take this if you want to. Draft Maga first. You voted for this. I don't give a damn about their regrets. This is what they voted for, and either they should be fighting or their children should be going off to this war that we have ushered in because of the Trump regime. Draft Maga first. You voted for this.